we wanted to actually get your thoughts on it because we're trying to just figure out how do you correct it? Is it truly an issue? And what would you do as it pertains to Najee coming up? You know what I mean? So just
Are you serious?
So let's talk about all this. I'm so serious.
It's me. It's me. You calling me? It's me. I told you about the running back market last year about this time. I'm like, bro, we're not paying those. Like, it is no disrespect, but it's just how the position is looked at. It's looked at as defensive running back.
Why you gotta say it like that? He say, "Yo, we don't pay those." I remember you saying that, but why you gotta say it like that?
Bro, I love the running backs.
We ain't paying those.
We're not paying those. I love running backs, but in the day of like this spread offense, this basketball on grass, the day of where you feel like you can just put a wide receiver in there at running back, or you can just put your, you know what I mean, your fifth receiver, your sixth receiver. Like it makes it hard.
It does. We've seen dudes have success doing that. We talked about earlier. We were talking about that Green Bay Packers team that won the Super Bowl. James Starks was a wide receiver at the start of that joint before they transitioned him to running back, and then he obviously was one of their main guys helping him. Cordell Patterson, another one of them dudes.
Patterson, I was gonna say he came in the league almost like
absolutely. He was a return man, receiver, and now he is a running back that goes out and runs routes. Yeah.
Like it's kind of like it's just the perception, you know. It takes some skill to play that running back. Like you got to read some stuff, you got to do some stuff. It's
Bro,
not
you got to be athletic too. That's the other part.
Take a pounding.
That
block.
Yeah, that definitely too.
But I mean, think about it. Now you see coaches putting receivers at running back, trying to get the mismatch in the pass game. You know, so it's like just the position, just the what it is, who it originally was, you know?
But this is my only issue, and this is kind of what I said to Deke, and my biggest issue with the running back market as a whole as it pertains to paying these guys. What you're bringing up are running back ones or run-of-the-mill running backs. I think RB1, you don't break banks on RB1. You don't break banks on run-of-the-mill guys. Those are the guys you got to find a receiver to come in and do this, a guy that could do that. What I'm talking about specifically is a franchise running back. A Saquon, a L. Bell, those types. You know what I'm saying? Your Dalvins, those types. Those are not run-of-the-mill guys that you're just finding and, oh, man, anybody could do this. Those are 3-4 players in one. And that's the dilemma to me. I'm like, if you got a Mahomes, you can get away with an Isaiah Pacheco. But if Isaiah Pacheco was our running back last year and it was not Najee Harris or somebody to that standing, I think that our offense looks a lot worse last season. And that's part of like how I look at that convo of anybody could play running back versus when you have a guy at the running back position.
I agree with you. I mean, I think so. That's where I think the whole conversation is nasty because I think Saquon's not just a running back.
I would agree.
Business runs through Saquon. So it's like that's
you know who the best player on the Giants team, the best player on the Giants offense was? It was Saquon.
Yeah. So I do
Maybe they
get
should have
that.
talked before all this. Maybe Danny Dimes could have taken a pay cut.
I do get that.
He could have taken 35 so Saquon could get 15.
Because to me, that's more of the issue. When you pay average to below average quarterbacks, elite quarterback, not even elite quarterback money, just what we deem the quarterback market, and we just said, and we're just supposed to be okay with it. I am not okay with a Danny Dimes making 40 and Saquon being capped at 10, and we're like, oh yeah, that's right. That makes perfect sense. When we know for a fact Saquon is the reason why Danny Jones even looks good right now. Or not the only reason, but a big portion of it. Not the only reason.
I think I'm trying to give you a good comparison, but I think it's just similar to living in America. Like the job that he has and the job
My
that
dog
has.
said it's just America, bro. You got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Moats compared it to a janitor.
I feel bad, but I did. I said the running backs are the janitors of the building. They do all the grunt work you need them. If they're not there, you notice it. If they're not good, you really notice it. Yeah. But at the same time, you're not going to pay the janitor what you pay the CEO, the director, the manager, or anybody else. Even the security gets paid more because Deke said he goes O-line and tight end in terms of hierarchy, in terms of who he's paying. He's paying those before he gets the running back. And I'm like, I kind of agree. I kind of get it, bro.
Running back is the last position to get paid on the team.
I know.
On the whole team.
But
I'm talking about,
like you'd probably do. Probably between that and inside linebacker, right?
I think I pay inside linebacker before running back. Inside linebacker, I still get 10 out you.
And it can set your defense.
Depends on who you're talking. Yeah, it depends on the players. But yeah.
But I can at least like the franchise equivalent. So Saquon Barkley's equivalent would be Roquan Smith, right? If we're just saying apples to apples. I had no issue with Roquan getting the deal that he got. But now if Saquon got a deal like that, we'll be over here like, whoa, bro.
Tougher to find elite linebackers in the draft too. Whereas, as I mentioned, you could find some really good running backs 3rd, 4th round.
But inside linebacker, we talked about how you don't have to have a guy at inside. You can just put just kind of anybody.
A safety there.
Yeah, you can still make it work, so to speak.
Yeah.
And make it work.
Yeah, I think running back would be last.
Gosh, man.
Well, did you see that one comment on Twitter? Someone said Justin Tucker's more valuable than any running back in the league.
See, I don't agree with that.
I low key might agree.
Justin Tucker can't can't put you in position.
No, but at the same time, Justin Tucker can get you points from
hits that 60 or 65.
So when the offense takes the field, if we never ran the ball, could Justin Tucker do his job?
Yeah.
Okay. I personally don't think he could.
It's a possibility he could. We're paying these quarterbacks everything now. So with us paying these quarterbacks everything, we're putting the ball in their hands. We're saying throw the ball.
Yes, but not all of them are capable of producing to that level. Baltimore is different because we're talking about.
Those are the ones that we're getting rid of.
But are we though?
Yes, those are the ones we're getting.
Because there's a ton of quarterbacks that still getting paid like that.
I mean, bro, like how? You're seeing people get kicked out of there every year. If you're not producing, they're getting rid of you quick.
At what position?
At quarterback.
Bro, we just seen Daniel Jones get 40. Tell me he's been producing to that extent.
He produced. Not to my liking of paying him $40 million, but he actually had a decent year last year. I'll give him that, but I'm still not a fan.
Decent year. You don't even like Kirk Cousins' deal.
I don't like his deal. I don't like Danny Dimes. I don't like any of them. But at least what I'm saying is he actually did something last year as opposed to guys like Baker Mayfield and some guys that are like bottom tier.
Sure.
You get what I mean? Like he was probably top 15 quarterback last year.
So a top 15 could get 40, but I don't arguably a top 3 running back is capped at 10.
With it. I'm not agreeing with it.
Like it's crazy to me. But you can't. But this is my whole issue though, TG, and I agree with y'all. But this is why I still get conflicted. It's not valuable enough to pay it, but it's valuable enough that I can't win without giving you the ball 400 times. That you can't. You got to touch it 400 times. You got to be heavily involved in some capacity, unless I have a franchise caliber quarterback, which we know is 5 to 7 of them dudes realistically walking around. But yet I'm still not valuable enough to get paid. That doesn't add up to me. When I look at this offense the past 2 years with Najee Harris, and I say if I took out Najee Harris's production, we are not winning as many games as we've won. And I stand on it. I don't feel like, you just put Jaylen Warren out there these past years. He would have done the exact same thing. No, he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have. Because I seen what Najee was running behind that first year, how he was getting hit. I seen what he had to go through though. And that's the part where I'm like, that's not just anybody out there. That's a first rounder. That's a person that you needed to go get. You had to actually invest in.
The thing that sucks is all that was on his rookie deal. So
I know, so it hurts it. That's the whole issue. You're doing it on your rookie deal. And running backs age backwards. Their prime is early. Everybody else's prime is a little bit,
unless you're Derrick Henry. I mean, he's aged pretty good. He's the one running back I feel like has held up on the field ever since he signed that deal.
Talking about
Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
once he got that big deal, like he was still the best running back in the league.
Yeah,
like hands down.
I think that position just dies off, man. I seen Le'Veon control the league for 2-3 years, and it just going silent.
Yeah,
and it's like we can say the position. I mean, we can say the team change and whatnot, but it just went completely silent.
It did. It definitely did.
I seen Todd Gurley give the league nightmares for years.
Yeah,
and it just went silent.
Mm-hmm.
They were sitting him for C.J. Anderson on that playoff / Super Bowl run.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were choosing to. That thing was hurt
because the knee.
I don't know. Let's try to get it to the playoffs.
Zeke was another one. Zeke had his run, then it started to slow down. I'm with you on
You're
all
talking about
of it.
People who control the league. Christian McCaffrey, if we be honest, didn't control the league for a few years. Like it was kind of like, all right.
He signed the deal and then got hurt the next 2 years, and then the Panthers shipped him to the Niners. He did good last year, but still.
The position, though.
Yeah.
It's the position. Like, these variables and these different things can happen, but it's the position. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like a receiver go down. Like they're still like this quarterback got to hold it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just different. Like, it's just the position has no true value. Like,
it doesn't, but it does though. It doesn't have value in terms of what you're willing to pay it, but it does have value in the sense that you need it because you gotta have it. You gotta have it. And you could tell the difference between the great ones and the just good ones, or the ones that got ball security issue ones. You could tell the difference between all three. You like, hold on, bro, this ain't like them other ones, or you like, oh, we got one of them ones.
But you'll mess around and see something like Le'Veon leave and Connor go Pro Bowl, and it almost devalues it.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
To an extent, yes, but at the same time, it still felt light.
It just felt like
just from my standpoint, it was just the ball security issues with Connor.
It still felt light,
and that might have cost us the playoffs that year.
I love Connor. Connor's a dude, man. That's my guy. But to me, it still felt light. Like
I think he was able to run the ball as good as Bell, but he wasn't. He wasn't the pass catcher Bell was.
That's
obviously.
What I'm saying. It felt light.
I think the fact that you can even have this debate, it shows how it's devalued. You see what I mean?
Fair, I can understand that.
Because it's like Le'Veon was controlling the league for years.
True, and but at the same time, we're comparing this situation, and James Conner was a Pro Bowler in his own right and is a second contract guy in his own right as well.
Went off for one game that year against the Pats, didn't
but think about Jalen Samuel since then, though. Jalen never turned into what James Conner turned into.
No, say again, you totally agree that James Conner isn't Le'Veon, though.
He's not.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, but what I'm saying is he's at least above the certain level of backs that we would pay. That's what I'm saying. Because like out in AZ, he got 2 for 19 or something like that.
Too much, probably.
God.
But didn't he like lead the league in touchdowns, like receiving and
he
rushing?
Led the league in touchdowns. My dog said, "That's probably too much, though." God.
Yeah, they were paying off past performance, not what was going to happen in the future. That's why you got these franchise tags, and they're not able to come to these extension deals with the running backs right now. Is because I think organizations are like, "What are you going to do for me going forward?"
Yeah.
Not saying it's right or fair or anything. I just feel like it is what it is.
So TG, is the answer for running backs to just stop playing running back? Is that what you're saying?
They got to come together, though.
I mean, they're doing it right now, right? We've seen the reports, all the big name guys not signing the franchise tag, going to social media, doing that part of step 1. Step 2, obviously, they're not going to show up to training camp. We probably know that. So with step 3, they're going to miss maybe one game? Is that what we talking? Like, how do we...
I think it's just how much you believe in it, you know?
Yeah.
I think Le'Veon a few years ago for doing everything he's doing, and he's doing exactly what they're doing right here.
But I think the difference was L. Bell did it solo. It's harder when you're by yourself. You need a group. And right now, Saquon has a group. When you look at the top running backs, if we said it's a top 10, man, a lot of them dudes aren't signed right now.
So if they do that, they can come together and they can per se collude to do it.
Yeah. Like the owners do, so to speak, man. You know how that go.
I think that's what you got to do right now.
Yeah.
You know?
But it can't be a solo, and it has to be everybody together. That's the whole L. Bell thing. L. Bell was solo when he did it, and that's why he ain't had that same type of like support with him.
TG, if Najee joins the running back coalition here and wants to sit out, what are you doing?
So why are you doing that? Yo, why are you doing that?
If he do what?
If Najee decides to join this running back coalition and sit out this year for the running back position, for the good of the running back position, what are you doing as a GM? How are you handling it?
I'm calling Fournette. I'm seeing what he's doing.
Now, we were having this debate about Fournette.
We did.
Do you really feel like you're missing that much without Najee and bringing in a Fournette?
But that's why the position is so undervalued. You just proved the point right there. Like, sit out if you want. I'm going to call Fournette.
But this is my issue, though.
Like,
I look at the sit out if you want Najee. I'm going to call Fournette. Okay, cool. But what happens about the next one? Because there's not another Fournette sitting out there right now. And I look at, and I told Deke the same analogy with the Titans. A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins. All three nice, all three can cook, but tell me there's not a difference between all three. There is a difference.
That's a whole different scenario, though.
But
you know what I mean?
See, I agree because the age stuff like that, but what I'm speaking on specifically is the production and the caliber of player and what it means to that offense.
But you got to understand,
with
like,
AJ Brown versus with a Julio versus with a D-Hop, that's how I look at this Najee versus a Leonard Fournette.
No, it's not even close to the same. Because at the end of the day, at a running back, all I really want is 3 yards. If you give me 3 yards,
if you're looking for a basic running back, but you got to have a franchise caliber quarterback. We don't play our offense like that. Yes, you do.
Are we talking about the Steelers?
Yes, we're talking specifically Steelers right here.
All right, you're talking about the Steelers who drafted that quarterback in the first round.
I hear
That's
you.
the one you're talking about.
I hear you.
You're talking about the Steelers who drafted that left tackle in the first round, right?
I hear what you're saying. You also drafted Najee in the first round too, though.
All right, cool. But you're talking about that Steelers that just paid a receiver $18 million over there a year, and you're talking about the other one that got a 6'4" receiver. That's
I'm with you on all that. I'm with you on all that, bro. I'm with you on all that. But tell me what either offenses look like this year or last year if you don't have a 1,000-yard rusher back there. You tell me what that pass game looks like when Kenny Pickett had to throw the ball 40 and 50 times. You tell me what that offense look like.
I would love to know the average. I think you're saying the big number. Tell me the average. How much did he average a carry?
Okay. Well, and that's the combo with Najee. That's always the issue with him. Are you volume or are you nice? Because that's the convo.
But I can get volume 3s.
Yeah, you can get volume, and that's
Fournette's not a bad pass catcher either. And you combine him with Jalen Moore.
But that's the question with Najee though. But is that not
coming out of somewhere that can go give me a?
But TG, all I'm saying is that's the question surrounding Najee. And we talked about that before.
We're not talking about Derrick Henry sitting out
because we're saying Najee has to prove that he's a franchise running back. Right now, he's just RB1. We don't pay RB1 what you pay these Saquon types. What I'm speaking on specifically is when you're having the franchise caliber type in this type of scenario where you don't have a top 5 quarterback, you have to pay them dudes. You got to look at that and say, man, that is a little bit more valuable.
Like Saquon, the only one you're naming is Saquon.
I'd throw Henry in there. Henry might be the only guy for me.
And that's where the whole.
I think he's the guy that stands out above all the other running backs.
You're literally answering
Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's not in that convo.
He's in like the. I think Henry's in his own tier.
All right,
like peak Henry.
Fair.
Like I don't think anyone's doing what Henry did for the Titans.
Fair enough.
But is that still Derrick Henry?
Oh, man. This year, he was awesome last year.
His quiet year, he still went for what 1,300.
Cool.
Down you was 1,300, bro. It might have been 14. I think it was 1,425. If I remember correctly. Down you was 1,425.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You're talking about Mr. 2K though at a time.
All right.
Yeah, you're talking about. Like, I hear what you just tried to do. I'm with you. You're talking about Mr. 2K.
All right. So he's the outlier of the out. He's the AP then.
That shit went for 2K.
Yeah.
So he's an Adrian Peterson outlier.
And I feel like they got him for steal. They only got him for like 12. They got him 12.
Yes.
And then he's still been the best running back in the league
because
when he's not been
signed
hurt.
what was going to be the franchise tag at that time. It was like that. Talking about when Derrick Henry signed for 12 per year during his deal. That was like what the franchise tag would have been like in that frame back when he signed his deal.
Yeah, that was a good deal for him at the time.
No.
It's tough. It's the market.
What are you, TG? What are you doing if you're Raiders, Giants, or Cowboys with these running backs?
I mean, if I'm the Cowboys,
well, I guess the deadline already passed. Yeah, but let's say we could rewind like a day or two. Are you what's the max you're willing to pay him for multi-year deals?
Right. If we know right now 1 year 10 is the cap, what would you have went up to?
1 year 10.
God,
I love this dude. This dude TG crazy. Say, bro, what? He said it went for 10. I'll bet pay him 1 in 10. All right.
I'm not going over 10.
Not 10-1, not 10-2, not 10-5. 10. So I might try to get you for the 9-9.
I might get you for 9. You want me to buy the highest house. No. No. And
we need to get TG in the front office.
TG is definitely a front office guy. You see, I need to be a coach. I care. I'm like, nah, man, everybody need to get a bag. TG, well, you said 10, you're getting 10. Nothing more. In fact, I want to get you even less. Like, yeah.
It's still $10 million, right, TG? It's still $10 million.
If Fournette won't come out here, where's Rojo at? If Rojo won't come out here,
it's no way we're talking. It's no way we're going there. Like, y'all are trying to just make it like anybody can just play the position. TG, you done dealt with these running backs, bro. We not going to sit here and act like there wasn't a difference between a Fitz and an L. Bell, between a Isaiah P and an L. Bell, between a Dagon. What was my man? Oh my gosh, the Ben Tate. It wasn't Ben Tate. Was it Ben Tate? Was it BenTate? Ben Tate
Don't
was
be
the guy,
bringing
right?
up these guys.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking all these dudes versus L. I'm like,
no one's feeling good about any of those running backs going into the season.
But you make it sound like, y'all make it sound like y'all can just throw any of them dudes out there and they gonna give me what L. Bell was giving me. You're not doing that.
No, you're getting a portion of it, but you're paying them way less because again, it goes down to the roster and salary cap allocation.
But does that not hurt me though? Because when you start paying them less, and now if it's L Bell can stay out there for every single play. Run play, pass play, block play, it don't matter.
The Eagles went to the Super Bowl last year.
They had Jalen Hurts. What is Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts is a franchise caliber quarterback. Tell me another one that doesn't have a franchise caliber quarterback.
Franchise caliber quarterback. That's where we're at now. That's what we're doing.
Is he not in that? He was an MVP finals last year, was he not?
Bro, he
was a MVP.
The trade was a done trade.
finalist.
They had Russell Wilson traded. It was a done deal.
Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. We're talking franchise, like in terms of just the caliber of player. That's what I'm speaking of. The caliber of player.
All-American.
No, we didn't say that. But let's not. We're talking Russ before he went to Denver. Before Russ,
the Eagles had made that trade.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about the information that we know now. Hurts proved it last season that he is that type of quarterback.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Sure. Let's go to a quarterback that's not a franchise guy, Jimmy G. Right? When Jimmy G was on his run,
Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl.
Now, okay, so did he get the credit for that? Nope. Don't act like he ever has. Kirk Cousins, don't act like he ever has. Tannehill, don't act like he ever has. We could go down that list. Don't try to act like a regular quarterback that had success postseason or even in the regular season.
You just named a bunch of people that's never won nothing.
Bro, but they still have pushed it. They still have been competitive each and every season in terms of relevancy.
But they never won nothing.
But what I'm saying is this. Won something is only going to go back to the same 5 franchises that have franchise caliber quarterbacks. Brady, Mahomes, right? Philly was the one-off. But other than that, it's been Brady,
at this point, it's really only Mahomes and Russ in terms of current quarterbacks?
Okay, because the other one was Brady, New England, and Tampa. So you're trying to just make this franchise quarterbacks. So if you do not have the franchise caliber quarterback with repeats in that same group, it's not like it's been 3 or 4 different champions. No, Mahomes, he done repeated. Brady done repeated. All these who talk. So I'm like, if you don't have a franchise caliber, top 5 caliber quarterback, you tell me running back just don't matter at all. Like I don't see that, man.
What I'm saying is you have to run the ball to win. You have to run the ball to win.
Yeah,
we know that. That's no secret. You have to run the ball to win this game. So I'm not declining that. But all I'm saying is the position just isn't value, like how you're trying to put it, like because I got what you tried to just do, and I'm just saying, like Miles Sanders, like really led that run. The Eagles,
he did, but you act like Jalen Hurts wasn't going crazy last year.
But what I'm saying is, like at the end of the day, you can't win without a quarterback. Yeah, you got to run the ball and play defense late in the year, but you can't win this thing without a quarterback.
I would agree.
So you can't pay everybody.
I would agree.
So it's like we're gonna pay the deep, we're gonna pay that tackle, we're gonna pay that quarterback, we're gonna pay these receivers, bro. Everybody can't eat, and then position on the team.
And I agree with you. Everybody can't eat, but what I don't agree with is that
is what it is.
I agree that everybody can't eat, but I don't agree that just because you play quarterback, you're supposed to get 40 just because you play that position. I don't agree with that, bro.
I just think it's the position, bro. Like it is. It's not valued.
Well, no, it's definitely not. No, it's not, man.
I understand. Like, and I'm trying to like see it, and it's like I want to fight the good fight too, bro. I think Saquon should get his money. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't think it should be the position. I think it should be the player. You hear me? Like I
do agree with that.
But I think that position of running back isn't a valued position. Like, I'd love to see Saquon eat. I think Dalvin should get what he deserves. I think these guys should get what they deserve, but I think it's that position.
So Deke brought up Deebo Samuel. Deebo got paid, but is Deebo a wide receiver or is he a running back? And I remember when
you see Deebo made it clear.
He did.
I'm not taking no more handoff.
He did make it very clear. He said, "You're not gonna give me the ball and not pay me like that.
Fall for that.
We're not doing that." But they tried it.
I don't want that no more.
They tried that. So is that the answer?
Le'Veon should have said I'm a receiver.
Because I'm like,
he tried.
I'm like, is that the answer though? The Deebo Samuel route where he's like, bro, I'm not that. If you're not gonna pay me like this, I don't want those touches.
Bro, I think it is what it is. Like in a sense, like, bro, you live in this neighborhood, your house is this much. Like, it just is what it is.
That boy say, yo, you screwed, man. You chose to stay there. That's where you at now. All right. Hey, you know what it was. No one made you buy that. You bought that. You gotta eat that.
Jimmy Graham was a tight end. He tried to say I'm a receiver. Like, some people are tweeners. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like, it is what it is. Like, that's what it is. The running back position is not a value position. Like,
I think it's just saturated with good guys.
It is, though. It is a ton of good players. Yeah.
Like, from 1 to 32, like, there's a lot of good running backs. But in terms of, like, really good cornerbacks,
yeah,
those are tough to come by. Really good quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Really good left tackles.
Supply and demand. It's a lot more supply running backs.
But you're really saying exactly what kills it, because you can get you a good running back, like you just said.
Yeah, we just talked. I mean, Damian Pierce in the 4th round last year, Pacheco in the 7th.
Ramondre Stevenson. No, absolutely, man.
Bro, that running back from Pitt is a really good running back. He went like 3rd round.
I've been saying that. You've been watching his tape.
And he's sitting behind like a Brees Hall.
Yeah, isn't it? He's up with the Jets. I wouldn't be surprised if he got an opportunity. He'd go off because of that. He'd be behind the Jets. Jets O-line's all right. They're decent enough. But then Aaron Rodgers, those receivers, like, I think he'd actually do pretty well.
But that just show you how replaceable the position is, because it's like, bro, this dude was possibly Rookie of the Year last year.
Now, we're saying that under the premise of them having Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback. If it was Zach Wilson as the quarterback, I do not agree with you.
Brees Hall was cooking with Wilson, though.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying in the sense of to act like we could just replace Brees Hall and it would be the same level of production. I don't agree with that.
But that's a little bit to my point, though. I just don't know how valuable the running back is to the win total of the team. Because Brees Hall could be cooking, but if you have Zach Wilson and what the Jets offense looked like last year.
How do we say the win total when you can't win without having a successful running game?
I think you could have anyone be successful at running the ball, though. Or not anyone. You get what I mean. Like,
you can put
1 through 32,
back there and get it done.
If you have a franchise caliber quarterback, which in this scenario for the Jets they do. But if you're Green Bay, I don't agree with that. If you're Green Bay, do you feel you could just put anybody at the running back position right now if you're Green Bay with Jordan Love? You just throw anybody back there?
If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you can't truly compete.
All right. Well, that could definitely be the answer.
Yeah, that's really what it is. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, it don't really matter what you got back there. You can't compete in this world.
Yeah, and having a franchise quarterback doesn't mean you stop running the ball, because we talked about it. Like, that's a tried and true way to win.
Yeah.
Run the ball, control the clock, play defense.
But in terms of teams that win Super Bowls,
you have
the franchise caliber quarterbacks. It's been only franchise caliber quarterbacks that won, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the Flacco and
the Nick Foles
outlier, but they played like franchise quarterbacks
right, during
for
that
those
time.
4 games. They played like they were possessed.
So outside of that, that is literally the answer then?
Yeah, that's the answer.
I've been saying.
You don't have a franchise quarterback, you can't win anyway.
So we just wasting time with everything. Is what that sounds like.
I've been saying that.
So when do you? I mean, just if that's the case, then why do we even wait past 2 years with quarterbacks? I'm like, man, if you don't feel like he's the guy right then and there, why wait? Just get rid of him.
They've been running through these cycles quicker. I mean, they're off Zach Wilson already with the Jets.
What you missing is they're not waiting as hard anymore.
See, you say that, but I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like I seen Baker sit out there in Cleveland for a while.
Yeah. I agree.
Zach Wilson, I done watched him do our thing for 2 years now, and
it's done
because they got Aaron Rodgers. Because Rodgers, if Rodgers wasn't available, that is not done. That's all I'm saying.
But that's why he became available.
Yeah, because Rodgers is available. If Rodgers out there, that's different. But that's a different type of quarterback we talk about.
Trey Lance up there fighting for his everything. You know what I mean? Justin Fields is in a dogfight every year. They're like, man,
Justin still gonna be there for the next 2 years.
I'm just saying, because they trying to believe. You know, do you believe?
I'm just like, bro, if that's the case, man, if I don't see it year one, like, what we waiting on, man? Nah, it's halfway through year 2. Nah, he ain't it. Go to the next quarterback. Just draft the next one. Just draft the next one.
I'm not saying that's the right answer either.
No. Don't you get cold feet? No, don't get cold feet.
I'm not getting cold feet.
That's what it is.
No.
That's what it is. If you can't win without a franchise caliber quarterback,
you can't.
If you don't, if it's not clear cut by year 2, we wasting time.
We are.
That is literally how y'all make it sound right now. Both of y'all.
That's what it is, though. And it's that cutthroat. Like you're trying to act like it's not like that.
This is crazy.
That's why I'm like, why you acting like that's what it is?
Yo, that is crazy.
There's a difference between seeing some flash. You can see some flashes.
Crazy.
People are gonna start looking at that.
Like, that
you need to show something in those first 2
So if you
years
don't look
to
like
make
Trevor,
you believe.
if you're not Trevor Lawrence in year
no,
2,
I'm saying you got to show you got to show something.
Yeah, then it's
Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow,
and
Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert in year 2 were clear franchise caliber quarterbacks, and no debate.
Josh Allen?
Clear, no debate.
No, not in year 2.
Yes, he was, absolutely. For a fact, absolutely.
Year 3 is when he really went off.
Was when he became a top 5 and getting into those combos.
Well, I would say that with Josh Allen. He showed the signs.
That's what I just said. In year 2,
he
it
showed
wasn't
the
a long
signs,
time.
but I don't think it was clear cut.
He became elite year 3 and later.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
showed in year 2 that he was a franchise quarterback, though.
He had the flashes.
Yeah.
What are you labeling franchise quarterback? I guess that's the question.
You saw what Trevor Lawrence looked like. You saw what Joe
Are you
Burrow
talking
looked
like
like. You saw
top
what Justin
15
Herbert
or
looked
top
like.
20 guys?
The 3 I just named. You saw what they looked like.
Sure. But
That's
Josh
what I
Allen wasn't them in year 2.
You saw them 3 and how we named it. Josh was not far
No,
off
but
of them
I'm
3 in
actually
year
using
2.
Josh
That's all
Allen
I'm
to my
saying.
point of like, yeah, you saw the flashes to give him that 3rd year.
Okay.
Keep rolling with him. So give us something.
You trying to
Give us something.
discredit Josh early on. It does not compute apples to apples. Josh in year 2 was clearly a franchise quarterback. He was the best quarterback that was in Buffalo since Jim Kelly, if we being real about it, when he was
He's
out
all
there.
right.
That's cool.
He still had some.
That's cool. You were the outsider looking in.
He
I'm
still had
boots on
some
the
touch
ground.
issues with his throws.
All I'm saying is I'm boots on
He
the
was throwing
ground.
some fireballs.
I'm boots on the ground. You catch the highlights. You know what I mean? It's a difference. The same way you swear by Kenny because you watch Kenny.
Yeah.
That's how I know Josh.
I've
You catch my drift?
already seen those flashes.
You catch
from Kenny.
that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
We're ready
If
to roll.
Kenny doesn't have a good year this year,
I'm like,
Kenny will be in the conversation.
okay, because that's what I'm just trying to figure out. Is that
Yeah.
what the standard is? Like, is that really how cutthroat this quarterback position? It has to be a franchise caliber quarterback. Otherwise, you're not. Why you're wasting time?
Show us you're the guy.
I think
What we waiting on,
it's
man?
like this though. If the quarterback don't go, a coordinator or a coach or somebody goes. You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
Well, you know who the scapegoat is. Come on, man. You already know who
But
that
they're
is.
gonna blame it on something to make the story look a little bit cleaner, and then they'll fix it. But something has to happen, though. Something has to happen.
A head will definitely roll. Absolutely.
somebody has
But
to
you
go.
know, coaches go before players anyways.
Well, just somebody has to go.
Coaches
Let's
go
get
before
into
players. So you know that if we all know the coach that would go if Kenny didn't play well this year.
Yeah.
We're gonna
And
be
then if
fine.
that doesn't work, then he has to go.
Right.
I'm telling you, we'll be fine.
Fair enough, man. All right. I did not think this running back combo would last this long, D, when we first talked about it.
It's a
But
good combo.
it has been dope with TG and with us. So salute the running back combo because we could do this all day.